Okay, welcome to the garden. So, these paper plates you see are smeared with Vaseline. They're my bug catchers. This is my cherry tomato that I planted from seed. And between that, we have marigolds that I planted from seed. Then these are my gherkin cucumbers that I did from seed as well. You can see all that. Then across from the cucumbers, you have cilantro, and then we have our radishes. Then lettuce, more lettuce, and then that lettuce. So I staggered it so that, I'll be able to harvest accordingly without taking the whole plant. This is the entire garden bed. So, and that wonderful cherry tomato plant. And you've got some basil. And some more basil behind that, and some purple basil over here. This is a purple opal basil. Now, we're gonna go walk to the back. Actually, to the side. Okay. So over here, I've got sage. And then I have thyme. And then over here, I've got some more lettuce, all on its own. And then I have kale and basil growing out of this container here. And these containers have peppers. And these have bell peppers. The bell peppers are prolific. Look at all these bell peppers. That is crazy. You can see them. It's a lot of bell peppers. And then you have our cherry tomatoes. These are almost ripe. Got one cluster here. And then there's a cluster down there, a cluster here. And then one here. And then a new cluster here that's not ripe yet. Then down below, we have mint. Wow. Then we have a whole pot of red Russian romaine. And you can see one that's starting to head. Right here, it's gonna get really big. And that's, you could have a salad, every day from that. That's just amazing. Then we're gonna go towards the back. Secret corner. Open this. On the side we have our outdoor nursery. This is the outdoor nursery. So we've got cucumbers and a lot of peppers. These are peppers, bell peppers, jalapeno peppers. I think these may be, I'm not sure, the purple leafed ones, they may be tomatoes. The atomic tomatoes. Oh no, you know what? This is the atomic tomato right here. This, I believe this is it's either a huckleberry or a ground cherry. One of those two. I should have labeled it. But yeah, that's that. And then we're gonna cut back around here. And then go over here through the garden. We're gonna go through the secret portal. this kind of opens up. So my buddy planted this. This is the zucchini. It's already started to fruit. You can see that's the first zucchini fruit right there. So amazing. So we're gonna have zucchini pretty soon. Then you have the Boston pickling cucumbers. There's some small ones here too. There's a little small one. There's another cucumber plant. There's a large one over here. This is a really big one. There's another pepper plant. An eggplant, which is starting to grow eggplants. That whole eggplant, really nice plant. Then you have Swiss chard. This is a Swiss chard right here. And you've got more tomatoes. And another tomato plant. And these are everything else that I planted. This is everything else, I mean. These are all the containers. So here I have strawberries. Then I have a mixture of peas and beets and tomatoes. I don't know what I planted, but it's all growing. So this container is just full of carrots that are growing. More lettuce, spinach, kale and green onions, strawberries. These are watermelon. This is watermelon as well. These are they're actually the sugar baby watermelons. So they're starting to get their second leaves. And then I just planted these seedlings from the garage the other day. They're already starting to grow more leaves. It's insane, the growth rate on these. And this is an atomic cherry tomato. This is a pepper plant, another pepper plant. You can tell the pepper plants, no matter if they're bell pepper or hot peppers, they have these kind of pointy leaves. And you can tell what the tomatoes are, no matter what species are, because they always have these like ruffled leaves. They're kind of like curly and ruffly and like jagged a little. This is the gherkin cucumber. Now, this is almost just as big as the ones that I planted from seed outside. I would say that from now on, I'm going to do my seedlings. I'm going to start them inside first versus planting them directly outside. Now, I do have a fungus gnat infestation right now, and it's pretty bad. It's not affecting the plants, but what I'm going to do is I'm buying about 1,500 rover beetles, and they fly, and they have wings that they eat fungus gnats, so they eat the adults. And then I'll be mixing some microscopic beneficial nematodes, which are little microscopic worms, and I'll be watering all of my plants throughout the garden. And those beneficial worms will go into the soil and they will eat and attack the fungus gnat larvae, thereby killing the cycle. So you have to combat fungus gnats in twofold. I have some corn that's coming up here. You can't see it, but it's coming out of the ground. This is my San Marzano tomato that I planted from seed also. It's about 2 feet. Can't really tell from here, but I've got some purple opal basil. One thing I learned is I planted this too tight. I will, from now on, use 10 gallon and above for tomato plants, and I will not mix in soil. Some people say mix in your regular soil, creating organic components, but I don't really agree with that. I'm just going to use compost. Okay. And that's a little lemon tree that we have also. And you can see this lettuce over here, it's starting to bolt. So if your lettuce starts to bolt, that means it goes straight up, and then you can see like flowers at the top. Well, then it changes the texture and the overall taste of the lettuce leaves. And at that point, you don't want to really eat it. You can stop it from bolting and just chop it off, and that way it continues to grow. So you want to stay on top of your lettuce. You don't want to let your lettuce ever bolt. And there's another tomato plant. And that's pretty much it. This is like a whole garden backdrop here. And you can kind of see these tomatoes in here. Another tomato plant. When they're red, they're ready to go on this particular plant. And this one, when they're yellow, they're ready to go. So you can see the whole little mini garden right here. These are the mature plants in the yard. They kind of had a head start. These were not started from seed. Okay, these were not started from seed. But everything in the Smart Pot, I started from seed. I grew everything from seed that you see here. So all these are from seed.